Well, Drake decided to drop the music video. He finally decided to drop it. Now it's funny because he was supposed to drop this, I think, a few days ago. I think the day before or something like that. But then Kendrick Lamar was heard or rumored to do a music video in California, and all of a sudden it was postponed. But he ended up following through. He ended up following through. But in that video, I had stated that in this music video that Drake drops for Nokia, I had assumed that he was gonna do something or leave some type of subliminal message in regards to the beef, because now people are speculating that Drake either imitated or intimidated Kendrick Lamar in this music video. Now, some people, depending on who you ask, are saying that Drake was copying Kendrick Lamar, and some say that he was trying to intimidate him. Some say he's not doing anything at all. But from the imagery that we've seen in the music video, and there's quite a lot, I think there's a few things that stand out that people are referring to. One thing that I wanted to point out first off was the image in front of you here, specifically what Drake's wearing. A lot of people are comparing it to what Kendrick Lamar had wore in the Not Like Us music video. Somebody online had posted these images right here, and they were stating that Drake actually took a lot of representation from Not Like Us, specifically the beginning part, which later ended up being Swabble Up, that Drake had took some of the scenes from there and replicated them in here. This is why I'm saying, was he imitating Kendrick Lamar? Because the hallway scene right here does look pretty spot on. Right here in the bottom pictures, I feel like they more or less look the same in what they're wearing. And when you kind of look at it hand in hand, side by side, it does look like they're wearing the same exact thing. It looks like Drake is copying Kendrick Lamar. And as far as the top part of the photo, the hallway scene looks very similar. So the background scene right here looks similar, but what they wear here seems to be almost the same, or at least identical. So like I said, is this imitation? Not only that, but the thumbnail for Drake's music video for Nokia is a handshake, a handshake with somebody, could be party next door. But what I thought was funny about this handshake that they had showed on the thumbnail was going back to Meet the Grams. In the lyrics of Meet the Grams, Kendrick had said, "No dominance, let's recap moments when you didn't fit in. No secret handshakes with your friends. No culture cachet to binge. Just disrespecting your mother, identities on the fence." So for Drake to make the thumbnail, him having a handshake with his friend, makes me feel like this is some type of response that he's trying to give Kendrick Lamar. In a way, is this him responding to Meet the Grams? Is this a response to Kendrick Lamar? Is Drake remembering some parts of the lyrics that Kendrick had said over time from Meet the Grams and Not Like Us? And is he putting that symbolism in his music, in the music video, as the thumbnail? It looks like it could be a slight possibility. Because I thought that it was interesting how it was a handshake, and Kendrick had brought up Drake and the handshakes that he doesn't share with his friends. I feel like this could be Drake responding, saying that he does have a secret handshake. But you could tell me that in the comments. Now, as far as intimidation tactics in the music video that people were pointing out, some people were alleging that Drake, in this segment as well, had snakes around him. Because if you're familiar with the Nokia phone, in some of the later models, you could play games on them. Snake was one of the games that you could play. So people are saying that Drake has this snake around the hallway to allude that there's snakes around him, like in the music industry. They're saying that this is him intimidating or sliding the people that he has issues with or beef with. But it doesn't stop there, because apparently in the music video, there's a scene where you see a white floor and you have all these dancers. And it has a bird eye view angle of the dance scene. And it looks like, from what it appears like and what everybody's saying, is that this looks like the halftime show that Kendrick Lamar did. It looks similar to it because of the dancers, having a lot of dancers in the scene and having a white floor. The white floor is what really gives it away, to be quite honest with you. And I'm not going to lie, bro, looking at these pictures, making it black and white, because this is the Super Bowl, by the way. This is the Super Bowl cutout that I had just put in black and white. Looking at it from right here, I can kind of see what people are talking about. It looks somewhat similar. A lot of people are pointing at stuff like this and claiming that this could be a subtle shot at the Super Bowl. But the one thing that I will say, if that's the case, is that the whole lawsuit is ridiculous at that point, because why are you going to send subliminals like this, but still go and face a lawsuit for defamation for a song? It could be subtle, so that way it isn't that much noticed. But to be honest, man, it'd be crazy if UMG had brought this up, saying that Drake isn't offended because he's sliding the music video and the Not Like Us performance. Who knows if UMG will bring up Nokia and these subliminals that people are talking about online. I think right now it's just speculation, and it's just what people are talking, like the fans are talking about it. It's not really something I don't think will be in the court of law. But it is crazy for Drake to go and sue for defamation, and then people are claiming that he's intimidating Kendrick Lamar in his music video. But it doesn't stop there, because Kendrick Lamar affiliate had also said some things that he had noticed in the music video, and other people have noticed as well. Now, this is Hit J3 getting at Drake, letting him know that he thinks that he is copying Kendrick, because a lot of people are reposting this picture right here that Kendrick had took on Squabble Up, him reading a book that says How to Be More Like Kendrick for Dummies. This is going viral after people are saying that Drake is copying Kendrick Lamar. Now, Hit J3 had made a post pointing something out from the music video as well. He had said, now they all of a sudden got a video full of black women. Yeah, somebody took notes from the real GOAT. Now, this is Hit J3, affiliate of Kendrick Lamar, was on the GNX album, stating that Drake had copied Kendrick Lamar because of the women that he added to the video. But I think the thing that's more notable to talk about that point right there is the choreography from the women. Now, you see, Drake isn't really known to do choreography. He doesn't really have choreography in a majority of his music videos. But this time around, he did add women. I could understand why people like Hit J3 are saying that Drake copied Kendrick Lamar. I think the main thing to also point out about the choreography was that it was done by a woman named Tanisha Scott. And the last time that Drake had reached out to Tanisha Scott was to help with the song Hotline Bling. She was the one that helped him do the dances and the choreography for Hotline Bling. I think there was some women in there that she had helped do that as well. So him reaching out to her to help with the choreography after some time now, people like Hit J3 and others think that this is Drake's way of imitating Kendrick Lamar, how to be like Kendrick Lamar, which I think is a fair assessment given the fact that he hasn't added choreography in a while, at least not to that magnitude. Hit J3 also doubled down when somebody had told him, mind you, Drake has had black women in videos for years. This is Hit J3 rebuttaling by saying, stop acting like that's not Dot style. With the dancers and the moves, we know the real. So whether you think this is Drake intimidating or imitating Kendrick Lamar, without a doubt, it got people talking. It has people questioning, is this Drake trying to send a message? And if so, what type of message is he trying to send? Or is he just making a video just to make a video? The speculation is definitely in the air because of the beef. And whether you like it or not, it's going to stay there for how long ever it stays there. It wouldn't be a good move to try to intimidate Kendrick Lamar if you're in a legal battle against your label in regards to a defamation case because of Not Like Us, and you're mentioning the halftime performance. I don't see why you would try to do that. I don't see what you would gain out of trying to intimidate Kendrick Lamar by copying the Super Bowl performance in the NOKIA music video. I feel like UMG could just use that in court and point out how are you hurt when you're still taking shots. But if it's subtle to a point where Drake could try to brush it off or his lawyers could try to brush it off as just being a video, then I think this could be a slick way of him trying to do that. However, I don't think it's a good look if you're still going to court and still trying to take shots. Now, as far as going out the way to get choreography and adding things to the video that you haven't really added before, such as women dancing, sharing handshakes with your friends, things that Kendrick had pointed out in the beef, as well as having the similar clothes, having similar footwork and similar shots and frames in the music video. I could understand what people are trying to say. I could understand what people are trying to get at. And when I covered the video about Kendrick recording a music video in California, I had talked about how when Drake was going to drop, there could be a chance that he will drop some subliminals. And without a doubt, it looks like he might have ended up doing so. And then I start to think of this picture here in front of us, and it makes me think that this picture is starting to make more sense after the music video is released. But I don't know what Drake's real intentions are. I don't know if he's trying to send a message to Kendrick or not. But from what the things I'm seeing and from what people are saying online, it looks like it's still up for debate. But I'll let y'all tell me that in the comments, man. Y'all tell me how you feel about this and get back to me, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace. Keep it a legend.